The next concept is Bodhisattva Never Disparaging. This is a very specific Bodhisattva which was explained or introduced in Lotus Sutra. So what exactly is Bodhisattva Never Disparaging, and what exactly this Bodhisattva teaches us, and how can we imbibe this spirit in our day-to-day life? That is what the concept is all about. Now, Bodhisattva Never Disparaging is a concept which was taught in the Never Disparaging 20th chapter of the Lotus Sutra. Alright, and this is the supreme kind of an example, or the most noble example of how should we conduct ourselves in our day-to-day life. And that is the reason a complete chapter around Never Disparaging, Bodhisattva Never Disparaging, has been dedicated by Shakyamuni Buddha in Lotus Sutra. So you can see the significance of this particular concept. And essentially what this concept is saying is nothing but, if you think from the theme point of view, we talked about true aspect of all phenomena, we talked about attainment of Buddhahood in the remote past, we talked about the how Lotus Sutra was different from the other sutras, and ultimately who was the bodhisattvas of the earth. So if you see, the common underlying theme is that everyone has a potential to attain Buddhahood, and they can attain Buddhahood in this lifetime as well. Now, what Bodhisattva Never Disparaging did was, he was not just acknowledging this concept, but he was manifesting this concept by conducting his right behavior. And what that behavior was, we will study. So Bodhisattva exemplifies the practice of respecting every person regardless of their behavior. Like we talked about, that Namyo Renge Kyo is present in all the world. So even people who are in the world of hunger, evil, hell, no matter whatever their behavior is, everyone has a potential of becoming Buddhahood. So what Bodhisattva Never Disparaging used to do, he used to respect that inherent Buddha nature in everyone. And whenever he used to meet anyone, he used to bow down and he used to tell this particular phrase. What this phrase is: I have profound reverence for you. I would never dare treat you with disparagement or arrogance. Why? Because you will all practice the Bodhisattva way and will then be able to attain Buddhahood. तो वो कहीं पे भी जा रहे हैं, किसी चौराहे पे खड़े हैं, कहीं मार्केट में खड़े हैं, जो उनके सामने आ रहा है उनके सामने वो हाथ जोड़ के ये वाला फ्रेज बोलते रहते थे. ठीक है, और ये फ्रेज बोलते रहते थे, और पीपल यूज टू रेडिक्यूल हिम, पीपल यूज टू लाफ एट हिम, पीपल यूज टू पुट थ्रो स्टोन्स एट हिम, बट इरिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ वॉट एवर पीपल आर डूइंग, नो मैटर सामने वाला क्या कर रहे हैं, दे विल ऑलवेज, ही बोधिसत्वा नेवर डिस्पैरेजिंग always used to say the same thing again and again, that I respect you, I know that you all will ultimately attain Buddhahood, you all have Buddha nature as well. So that is a kind of a behavior Bodhisattva Never Disparaging has taught us. So he bowed to everyone he met, reciting a phrase, expressing respect, that is a keyword here, and belief कि उनमें भी पोटेंशियल है बुद्धाहुड का. Many times what I have seen, it happened with me also, that when we thought of introducing someone to Nichiren Daishonin Buddhism, or specifically to SGI, BSG, many times we ourselves get in doubt कि यार ये बंदा कर पाएगा नहीं कर पाएगा, whether this person has potential to understand this concept or not, or he's the right person to practice or not. But who are we to judge? Who are we to take this call, right? Look at Bodhisattva Never Disparaging. He's a person, even people are ridiculing him, throwing stones at him. He's again and again not just lip servicing, but from deep down his heart, he is saying that I respect your Buddhahood, you also have Buddhahood, no matter who you are, you can attain Buddhahood, right? So that kind of a respect and belief is something which we should also have. Irrespective of what the person background comes, everyone has the Buddha nature, we should respect that. And this is ultimately the essence of the Lotus Sutra and the teaching, right? Universal respect for the Buddha nature in all living being, right? And keep on persevering with this belief, and even in the face of when you face opposition, when you face ridicule, and when you get persecution, you have to continue to, persevere with this belief that I respect everyone and everyone has a potential to become, Buddha, right? And this is something which is the essence of Bodhisattva never disparaging, right? Think of it like that. In a class, there are 30 kids who are studying in a class. Everyone has their own potential, right? But a true teacher is someone who, irrespective of the understanding level of each of the student, the teacher truly knows that everyone has a potential to become great human being, to understand the concept if they start putting efforts, right? That kind of a belief and respect we should also have for every living being. That is what Bodhisattva never disparaging teaches us, right? So if we use these principles for the latter day of the law, what exactly it means? In the latter day of the law, of course, it's all about age of conflict and contention. Now, whenever you are in conflict, whenever you are in contention, whether it's your spouse, whether it's your boss or colleagues, and no matter what, the best way to solve is, first of all, respect, right? And to believe that every other person also has a Buddha nature. When we start basing our conversation, our dialogue based on these two principles taught by Bodhisattva never disparaging, that I want to resolve the conflicts based on the fundamental that everyone has a Buddha nature, right? I'll show respect to all people. And this is what the heart of the practice of Buddha Lotus Sutra is. I have my own Buddha nature, I believe in mine, and I also believe in yours Buddha nature. That is the fundamental with which we have to, conduct any dialogue, open up our life based on this principle, based on the behavior taught by Bodhisattva never disparaging, right? And this is the importance of, and Buddhism is all about, daily life, right? And that's what Nichiren Daishonin also says, that Nichiren Daishonin emphasized that true purpose of Shakyamuni Buddha's appearance is to reflect it in how one behaves. Buddhism is not just about personal enlightenment, but also about how we treat others. So that is the most important thing, right? And this is the core of Buddhist principle, that respectful behavior towards other, and fostering the behavior that recognizes the Buddhahood, a Buddha nature in everyone. And behavior, again and again, the concept is again and again going back to the same thing, that how you behave yourself when no one is watching. It's not just about at your workplace or in the meetings how you're behaving, but on your day-to-day life, how you are behaving when no one is watching, right? That is a point, that is where our practice would really lie, right? So belief in the Buddha nature of others lead them through transformation, help them to manifest the Buddha nature, and ultimately that is what Bodhisattva never disparaging teaches us. That is what Nichiren Daishonin teaches us. That is what Shakyamuni Buddha teaches us. This is a key concept here. So first, the concept is respect for all living beings. The 24 character of Lotus Sutra is nothing but the phrase which Bodhisattva never disparaging was saying, right? That is called 24 character Lotus Sutra. Keep on pursuing, keep on having endurance to persevere. And even in the face of persecution and ridicule, you have to continue to, believe and respect the other person and your also Buddha nature. And your human behavior is the most important thing, how you are conducting yourself, right? This is the core of Buddhist practice. This is the purpose of Buddha's teaching. Ultimate purpose of Buddha's teaching is how you are conducting yourself. And if we have to follow the legacy of Shakyamuni Buddha, one thing we have to follow is respectful and compassionate behavior, and transforming everyone through behavior. So that is something I'm sure many people would relate to, that many a times when we start chanting, when we start attending meetings, our life state becomes high, and we start becoming more, we start showing more empathy, we start becoming more responsible. So when we start changing our behavior, the immediate environment in terms of our parents, our siblings, our friends, they also start to seeing that changes, And that is something from there they start understanding that, hey, this guy is doing something right, and that is something I also want to do, right? Or at least I want to understand what this guy is doing to, able to do such a fantastic, behavior. So ultimately, the legacy of Shakyamuni Buddha is on two words: respect and your behavior, respect for oneself and respect for others, Buddha nature, and how you are conducting yourself. And this is something which is manifested at a supreme level by Bodhisattva Never Disparaging. So this is a concept of Bodhisattva Never Disparaging. Thank you so much. Again, go back to nichiren.com, attempt the quiz based on the Bodhisattva Never Disparaging. The purpose of quiz is not to test your knowledge, but to test your understanding, so that you are clear on the concept. And this concept will come very handy when you start having a conversation, when you start going to shakumuku someone, and anyways on your day-to-day life as well. So with that, thank you so much.